Hi, welcome to Sister. We're a segment that brings you answers to the questions and problems of the world from a biblical standpoint. Well, at least our opinions and our heart on the questions. So this one's a doozy. How do you respond when one of your husband's little habits annoy you?
Tell him, stop it.
And show's over.
Right? That's all you need. That's your answer?
Yeah. Now I'm like,
She's sticking to it.
why not? That's my truth, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah,
No, I mean, really, bottom line is you have to share it with one another. You know, I think you need to be sensitive, but I think that when you don't address the small things, you have that snowball effect.
That's
you
true.
know, the other thing is, you know, to make sure that you tap into grace. Make sure that you tap into grace, you know, before you just go addressing, and which seems like you could be nitpicking. You know, Scripture talks about that, a nag. You know, a wife that's a nag, man, it's better for the man to be on the roof, you know, getting beat up by the sun and all the other outside elements. So you don't want to nag. But I think if something legitimately makes you uncomfortable, I think you should share it with your spouse.
Okay,
Well,
anybody?
I'm going to sing a little Kenny Rogers song. I hope it's okay on the show. Know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You
sounds a little more like a rap.
count your blessings. While you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough to walk away when the deal is done. Okay, I say this because as one who has said too much too often, you know, the little habits, the toothpaste thing, the socks on the floor. Oh, you know what, ladies, get a life. Really? Don't worry about those things. I have found sometimes when you know, what's the word, prudence? We don't use that word enough. When to say, how to say it. Sometimes you don't have to say anything. They know what's annoying you. I recall one time when somebody said, all right, we're talking in a group, a marriage group, and they're saying, okay, what annoys you, what doesn't? And Alan spoke up, I know that I'm sloppy. I said, I would have never said that about you in public.
Right.
He already knew. I'm like, wow, he already knew. God, sometimes you have to let the Lord and take it to the Lord and pray about it, you know, and have a gentleness about your demeanor, because I didn't realize God was already working on the issue I was peeved about.
That's good.
So, you know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away. Hey, it's not a big deal. Let it go off of you, some of those little habits, because you love that guy no matter what.
Amen.
So.
Right. And honestly, I don't want to hear about my annoying habits either. Is that what you were going to say?
I was going to say, you better be prepared. If you're going to be bringing up their little habits, you better be prepared to get it right back, because I know I have some annoying habits. I just think it's funny. I think it's funny how there were things like when we were dating or we were first married, and I was just like, oh, it's so cute. And oh my gosh, Timmy's so cute. He does this cute little thing. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so annoying.
Yes.
It's just funny how that transition happens. I mean, honestly, what popped into my head was the golden rule. It's like, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Do I want him nitpicking every little thing that I do? Because I do a lot of things. No, I don't. And so I don't want to be that nitpicky wife. That verse, man, that is like,
For all of us.
don't be that dripping water.
Amanda, are you going to tell Gary that he does things that annoy you?
Well, yes.
You know
In
what?
the
You're
beginning.
surprising me because you're so gentle of spirit, and yet your answers are so truthful and so real, and will resonate with our people.
All right, well, good. I hope so. Well, in the beginning, I think it comes with maturity, too. In the beginning, I'm very, I don't know if I can say this, but like anal, like about everything having a place. And I had to get over it, especially when the children were added to the mix, because literally I was like following them around, like picking everything. And I'm driving myself insane to the point where my head is hurting and I am very unpretty to come home to. He's just like, oh my gosh, what did I get myself into? But he has said to me, you know, here we are, we'll be married like 20 some years. We got married in '95, but anyhow, I'm not gonna do the math, I can't think right now. So I have come a long way, and he's almost like, I wish you'd go a little bit back to, because I was like, okay, if y'all want the house to be like this, that's fine. I'm not going to worry about it anymore. I've gotten over a lot. So I think that it came with the experiences and the maturity. And when you have big things on the table, like, you realize who cares about the toothpaste? Like, it just doesn't matter anymore.
How many years married?
She didn't want to do math.
Okay.
24 this year.
How many years married?
35, 36.
How many years
We're
married?
gonna have our 20th this year.
How many years married?
30-something.
44 years. For this cheerleader who married the bad boy with the black leather jacket.
Uh-oh.
We'll see you next time.